Well, all right. Welcome back to Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer. I am Magoo is Adorable. We are working on the third qualifier for the Speed Gaming Live tournament coming up. And our four features races today are just, a lot of pretty big names in the community. We have Teeks88 on the top left, Disaster Caddy in the top left, and Mini Guy DP in the lower right, True Hyper Mario in the lower left. And this will actually be the 5F1 come up right away. There's a little bit of fun nationality issue with this race. There's Team Finland versus Team USA. So Teeks and Midi are from the USA, and Caddy and THM are from Finland. So we'll keep an eye on that a little bit, but, just for fun. You'll see that fortress go down pretty quickly for everybody, and the pipe check just goes to the next pipe and then goes to 5-9. Okay. We have a little bit of time to talk about things now. Let's talk about the fact that let's talk about the flags for this tournament. The flags are tourney group stage flags 2 with no end card, which means there's no end card. Hammers do break locks, and all of our item panels will be the same as they normally would be. There's not the question mark panels that we sometimes have in Randomizer, and so having those numbers will enable us to, gain a little bit of knowledge about a level that, the levels like 3 and 6 that are larger than what you can see. You can gain a little bit intel from just, if you see 2 10 tiles in 6, you know that there's 1/4 that's been eliminated. If you know how many tiles there are in each level, if you see one beyond that, that means that's one less fort. As we head into 2-2, and we see a lot of different strategies for it. I mean, nobody's really wrong in this level, as long as you just make it through quickly. But, yeah, I see, Caddy and Teeks having a little trouble, and Caddy is gonna have, oh boy, a nice jump to get out of that. And we see 7-1 now coming up on Midi Guy's side, as Hyper plays a Boomerang Bro, as Teeks does as well. And Caddy's going to play the Fire Bro as Small and take a hit, unfortunately. And Midi gets through that clip, and Hyper did it quite a bit quicker. It took Midi a few tries to get that. And Teeks gets it pretty early as well. Yeah, we're still looking up for some sync issues here. But we see our first hand stage on Caddy's side, and it's the Potovo hand stage. And this will be the same reward throughout all these, and it's a music box. Okay, well, you've got the 1. Surely you don't need more. And we're gonna see the 6-7 here from True Hyper Mario, and from Teeks, and from Caddy, and we will work on getting Midi Guy's stream up to you as soon as possible. When Caddy takes a low jump, looking for that power up in 6-7, and has a fail. And now we're going to see Atlantis. And Hyper wants no part of it. Teeks is gonna take it. Yeah, Hyper goes with the P-Wing for Atlantis, and yeah, just to grab the flower power up there. Yeah, the race chat is currently rather angry at Stewie Cartman, who rolled this seed, and I can't blame them. I'm wondering if that bot, the Big Mac bot, will ever find out if this is live or a repeat, because, you know, these are some existential questions we have to ask ourselves. As Teeks heads into the World 6 airship, does not get the first class clip, and Caddy loses a life right at the end of Atlantis. That is... Ooh, folks, you don't want to see that. That is one of the most frustrating things that can happen. It's... You wait this whole level out. Oh, no. And... But, you know, like, you gotta pick it right back up and get back in there. It's just... Oh, boy, that's just very frustrating. Yeah, Wendy, not much of a problem. And we actually pick up with Mini Guy in the lead. And it's going to take the first fort here in 6, and it's going to be 1 fort. So this won't be required to break the break any kind of lock leading to the end. It can make it more convenient for you, and also it's in the way, so it does have to be beaten. But yeah, Mini not having the our players don't have the option of flying over and taking the items, so they're gonna get... Yeah, it was two fire flowers, so they will all just go ahead and beat Boom Boom. Alrighty, we're now seeing 7-4 here on Midi's side. Normally an R-scroll level, but, you know, we don't like those things. And most of them are taken out in Mario 3 Randomizer. It's just the ones that cannot be taken away. Atlantis, 5-9, and the Cloud stages. But the airships are gone. The tanks, gone. This level, gone. Okay, Teek's having a little setback there in 7-4. And to allow Hyper to take the lead, or take second place there. And we're going to see 8-2 here for Midi Guy. And taking the top route... loses the Fire Flower, has a note block plan. Teeks also has the tail, which has kind of complicated this a little bit, and made it a little slower, and is going to go ahead and lose that there to keep that, and oh my goodness, wow, what a play. Like, that is, you know, and... Teeks and Hyper both really knowing the the IL strat for 8-2 there helped them out a lot. And Caddy ended up entering into 7-1, like missing the clip, I believe, and as Midi Guy faces a coin ship. So that pipe just leads to behind the rock. So the next pipe could be a decent one for our players. So we now head into 2-3. Takes a little trouble. And, oh, wow. That hitbox, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. You got Rob Teeks. It happens. Gonna take the coin ship and get the double kill as Hyper heads into 8 Fort here. We will see if it's required. Because Midiguy is playing 5F1, or I'm sorry, 4F1. And this 2-3 is just really not being kind to Teeks. Starting to take it personally, looks like. Perhaps. But, gets through it. As we see, that lock did not break for Hyper, but it may have broken something down the line here. Hyper does have that lonely feeling of heading into 2-3 with small Mario, because you really can't grab any of the power-ups. And you just kind of have to, execute really well. But that fort was not required. As Teeks heads into the World 4 airship and as Mini Guy as well. And we're gonna see 3. Oh, we're getting the full menu from Lemmy. Oh, and Teeks takes a bad bounce off the shell there. That's rough. Oh, and Caddy takes a hit on a 2-3 Paragoomba. Oh, no. Yeah, I almost accidentally rolled this C just out of habit, and I was really glad that I didn't, because, oh boy. Oh no, Caddy again! Those Paragoombas, I mean, talked about it before on comms, and we see 5, 6, and Hyper is going with the, oh wow, okay, there's a P strat I don't know about for that stage, and Hyper does, so, okay. Yeah, as Midi heads through the Air Force here, very confidently jumping through, no problem. Oh, and Caddy is just in the mix here with these enemies. Oh, no! Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright, comment chat. I'm going to need you guys to, give Caddy some love here. You do not want to fall in a hole like this, and alright, Meg gets to the end. Look, that fire snake is a big problem. Alright, and so, I'm sorry, I need to focus on the rest of this. 8-1's happening on Midi Guy's side, and that flame is in the way. Oh, my goodness. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay. And now Teeks heading into 8-1 as Hyper has finished up with Iggy. Finds the star in the first power-up. That'll be helpful for this first section here. Ooh, and yeah, like, and maybe guy avoiding that tumbler, I guess I would call it. Oh, and Caddy takes a hit. Ooh. Yeah, 4F2 has claimed a couple today, so yeah, we're seeing that this is a pretty free World 4. We're just gonna have to play 4-3 here. Which has a good piece strat, but like it's kind of rough to get when there's random enemies like that. And oh, and then that. Oh my goodness. Maybe looking for something to use against that Hammer Brother because, you know, I'm probably going to go back into 4-3 because, like, the other level could always be much worse than 4-3. Like, okay, I'm wrong. All right, and we're going to see instead 6-5, which is probably a bit easier. We're going to see if we're going to get any clip attempts. Yeah, we're going to get at least one. Just one. Yeah, and now with that, Teeks has taken the lead and jumped ahead here. All right, so we have a stomping Iggy. 3, 4, 4 hits. Caddy took that second fort out, and we know that that's actually not required, I think. Yeah, we do know that's not required. Yeah, and that's frustrating. And gonna have to take the beta level here with the Boss Bass, but thankfully you can isolate Boss Bass onto one level or the other. This midi guy working on Iggy, taking him out. We're going to have World 5 next. Basically a force path here. This fort's going to have to build the bridge or break that lock and let us get past it. Hyper having a harrowing time here with these Sledge Bros and can't get that power up because, yeah, they just stun locked it away. But making it through. As Caddy's through the World 4 airship now. And we see 7F2 on Teeks' side with a tail, which is very, very helpful. How many races total are... To answer the question in chat by Angelic Jade, there are 9 racers running tonight. Oh, and Caddy takes a hit on the airship. Or the... Yeah, that's... Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, we now see the 1-6 beta on Teeks' side. As Mini did not have the tail there, and it's... Oh, and is going to... I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Take the fall. We will see. That was... Oh, and then... realizing that he doesn't have a tail to grab. Oh no, and gonna have to do it the very, very slow way. That's... You don't want to see that. Because, you know, taking it with being big would be one less trip through that. And Teeks all the way through here to the airship. It is the World 5 airship. And it will have the World 5 Koopa at the end of it. Roy Koopa. Hyper getting the bad news about that Hammer Brother. Yeah, it was a pretty jet World 5. Alright, we're seeing a fort, and Teeks is going to play a fort. That's going to be 6F1. We'll see if he goes for the damage boost strat here. I'm guessing yes, and I'm right. Just not worried about it at all. And gonna go for the bro kill here. Yeah, MIDI guy now into the 1.6 beta, as Hyper is in 6.1, and Teeks is checking pipes. We are there, just not locked. And after that one fort, I believe that was the one fort that was needed to beat 7, a very jet 7. Thinking we're what do we have left? We have what, 2 and 1? As we see the World 7 airship approach here, and Teeks is going to try for a Fire Flower, or I guess this. Oh no! Oh, Teeks! Oh no! Oh no! You know, it just goes to show you, you know, when you mess up playing this game, don't feel that bad, because people that are probably the best in the world at playing this also mess this game up. And I feel like that's part of this game's charm, part of its low barrier to entry, that, you know, sometimes your inputs get eaten. And, oh, we're going to see a stomping Ludwig, but, 2 hits. Caddy's waiting out this 8-1 a little bit, and gonna finish it. So Teeks is now, I believe, 1 stage ahead. Or one full world. It's a very short world, but it's a full world. Despite that misstep. And World 2 will have us playing quite a bit of levels, which we like to see, folks. We like content. As Teeks will take the power-up here in 4-5 and go for another power-up, but it's a star, which pretty much makes the rest of this trivial. Caddy doing the proper thing there and going over that and not giving that thing a chance to ruin your life. We'll see the next stage here for Teeks. It's going to be the Ice Beta stage. This is one of the 12 beta stages that Fred has unlocked for us in this game that were on the cartridge and not finished in a satisfactory way for Miyamoto's standards. You can kind of see why when you see the levels, but they do appear in our randomizer. Oh, and Caddy takes the hit on 6-5 coming out. Middies has the World 7 P speed, which notably Teeks was not able to acquire because of the tail. And so that'll help a little bit of catch up there. Alright, so this pipe goes past 1 level of... Do we have a hammer? We do. But, do you want a hammer? Wow, that's an interesting decision to make here. Cloud here. Okay, okay, okay. Maybe Cloud this, but I guess if this is the lock in front of the castle, then don't do it. Very interesting strategy choice here. As we get the super tanks, and Teeks is through it in moments. Yeah, we've also just learned that Teeks' PB in Randomizer is somewhere in the 23s, because that was where the timer went red. So, jeez. I can't even sub 30. I don't know about you folks. And we're going to see the World 2 airship here. Goes for the wall jump real quick, but not really going to have it. And Morden has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 hits. That's interesting. And Caddy has ended up choosing the Hammer Brothers suit for 6-1. I'm not certain what happened there, but maybe just a little bit behind Teeks, working through the super tanks here, and yeah, and unfortunately, Caddy's going to have to sacrifice that Hammer Brothers suit to just being able to leave 7F2, and that's a frustrating feeling. And we're seeing the hammers fly off. Yeah, I'd still be firing, but all right, World 1 has a lock, but we have a hammer, and Teeks goes ahead and breaks that, and gonna go ahead and play 4-6 and get a little bit hung up, and oh my goodness, and oh wow, and gonna cloud that one. Okay, okay. I mean, this could have been 7-5 with a boss. I mean, I understand being frustrated with that, but yeah, the P-Wing on the next level shouldn't be a problem, but yeah, Mustard, you're right. Yeah, Caddy having a little trouble on the 1-6 beta, but it's getting close to the end, should make it out. Hyper is has drawn another Sledge Bros water fight. Teeks grabs a hammer here. This may help us in World 8. We will see. And Teeks is not electing to fly over the mast here. Was trying to get a fire flower instead. But, you know, still pretty quick. We'll see what Larry's up to. Larry has, yeah, been hitting the books, not the gym. Caddy is gonna take the 5 up, which actually is not a bad idea. If you're down to 1, go for it. It's way less painful than the game over. Always. Hyper gets a really good strat through super tanks. As Mitty heads into 4-6 here. Caddy taking out Roy. We're going to see some hand levels in the way. There's only one path. The other hand level can't be a thing. And 1-4 is... wow. That is the effect of practicing 1-4 by Teeks. Very well done. If you play this game vanilla enough, most of the 1-4 enemies will not really trouble you if you just play the 1-4 P-speed strat. So that's very good to know. Yeah, now we're seeing the 5-3 beta on Teeks' side and having a little bit of issue here. Okay. Ooh, and Caddy takes a fall on 6F1. And Mitty gets the off-screen wand grab, so a little bit of time gained there. Oh, and Caddy takes the fall! Oh, no! Oh, and we have... Yeah, I guess we didn't do the judging game. But what we have to make is one bridge. And there's a lock in the way, and Teeks is going to use that hammer and break that to get to this fort here. And that was... Yeah, getting that hammer was a really excellent move. And as we see... I'm sorry, this fort here, and gets a bro kill. Yes. Oh, and Hyper finds 5F2 and then went for the YOLO as Teeks is into Bowser's castle with the Hammer Brothers suit. And gets that clip first try. Alright, we're gonna see... It's kind of hard to recover from this clip because, like, you can really get hit by that disco waffle pretty easily. But no problem for Teeks, and we'll see... Oh! We'll see how many tries we get at Mac and Cheese. Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Oh, and Kenny takes another 6F1 death, and kind of has to be wondering if it's required at this point, I would imagine. Oh, no! And that'll be a game over, but it won't affect anything. So, you know, it's probably better to reset the lives at this point. Get your GCs in chat for Teeks, who has finished with an official racetime.gg time of 31 minutes and 58 seconds. And for the first time since we had the qualifiers here, oh, Caddy takes another hit, no! As Mitty is into Bowser. Yeah, the first time that we've had the race winner on the stream in the qualifiers so far. But, I mean, you could argue that it's not hard to pick Teeks and then imagine that person would that Teeks would win. Not gonna argue with you if you say that. Mitty takes one shot at Mac and Cheese and goes for top route. Getting a little wild here, but got it. And hi Bowser, bye Bowser. So Mitty will be our second finisher. Yeah, so we're actually looking at quite a few racers coming in right now. Mitty Guy has finished with a racetime.gg time of 33:10. Animus United has finished at 33:21. High Flyer 28 has finished at 33:28. Suey Cartman has also finished at 33:38. Yeah, we're still looking for a couple of our racers here. Kind of gets the nice clip there on Plants 2. Yeah, Stewie Cartman, you're not wrong. I'm glad that I didn't accidentally steal that from you, because I almost did. Because I forgot that we were doing that. I was just like stressed out about like, oh, there's a Metroid match ending, blah blah blah. And no, I'm glad that you got to take the blame for that seed and not me. Like, anytime there's forced Atlantis, that's not something I want to be a part of. And looks like Aropsolus has dropped out, so we still have 3 players playing, and 2 of them on stream here. Caddy finishes that airship. Yeah, both Atlantis and 5-9, like, you know, but no 7-5, so was it that bad? Alright, so I forgot to put these in. Done, and done. All right, so Hyper has the path and has the hammer suit here. Okay, he's still a little bogged down in the earlier stages. A lot of things went well for... Oh, no, and I was going to say, like, if you have... Oh, and then Hyper loses the Hammer Brothers suit. Oh, no. Like, maybe I should just stop talking. Well, hello.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. That was a pretty good race. How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm happy with the final outcome. I'm just kind of kicking myself at the same time because of those 5 deaths between, I think it was 2-3, World 7 Airship, Lenny, Iggy, and 4-6.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was very much a sub 30.
It was.
The way you played the rest of the way, it was just like, yeah, this would be a sub 30, but it's just, it wasn't, and that's this game, and yeah, so, but GG's.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm just like a lot of the deaths that I took were pretty much my fault. I just wasn't prepared for some of the enemy sets that kind of came up, like with 4-6, and then just kind of wedging myself between those 2 pipes and just expecting an enemy to be there that wasn't, so I just kind of trapped myself in there. That was on me, but the only thing I will call BS on was the hitbox interaction in 2-3, because I was directly on top of that pile driver as it was jumping upwards towards me, so it just, because the collision detection it's historically been kind of jank in those kind of situations, so it is what it is.
I mean, just seeing that live, it was like, no, like, there was no reason for his hitbox to enter your hitbox ever. But that's, I mean, just knowing what I know about the programming for this system, it's like, yeah, I get how it happened, but that was some jank.
Yeah, it's no different than just falling through a cheap in 3-2 in the vanilla game, so it happens.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like other than a couple of weird things, like everything kind of just worked out for you. And there were so many kind of quick jet worlds in this, I feel like.
Oh yeah, especially World 8. Having that hammer right at the end was pretty clutch because it was just a one and done sort of deal.
Yeah. We're also joined by Mini Guy here.
Hey, GG. Excuse me. GG, that was something else. I did not see this kind of time happening after the first half of this seed. I can say that much. Oy, wow.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Was it 5-9 in Atlantis in the same world? And yeah, not really having much power-ups to work with, so...
Yeah, I think by the time I had finished the 4th world, I think I was like 22 minutes plus. So, to finish with 33, that was basically like 10 minutes for the last 4 worlds. And I had a music box at the end of World 1, and I was like, should I box this bro here and just go past it? Oh, but what if it's a hammer? And what if it helps greatly? And I was like, yes!
Yeah, how much of a help could it be considering we already played 2 auto-scrollers? You'd really only be caring about 7-5, and even then, like, what are the chances? I think, like, my logic was I already spent a good 2 or 3 worlds just playing a whole bunch of Hammer Bros, some of which I went first, some of which just kind of got in my way and I had no music box, so I figured I wasted enough time, I'll just play the game.
Yeah, well, did you have a hammer before? Like, did you already have a hammer before that, bro, in World 1?
I had 2 hammers towards the end of the game, and I used them on the World 1 map and World 8.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I didn't get any hammers. I guess I skipped some of the only bros that had hammers, except for that one bro in World 1 at the very end. I was like, oh, wow, this could come in handy. And then it did in World 8. What a savior that hammer was on my end. Otherwise, I have no idea how long World 8 would have took.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, that easily could have been an epic nightmare. But I just want to cut in also to let you to get your GGs in the chat for True Hyper Mario, who has now finished with a time of 38:48. And so we have Caddy still running, and we're giving Caddy all of our energy right now, just to get through this. But yeah, I was gonna ask you, Teeks, about like you had a kind of a breakdown on 4-6, and then went the other way, and I was like, do you think you're gonna get a level that's easier than 4-6? Like, what was the thought process there?
Yeah, I know that historically 4-6 is pretty complicated in Randomizer, especially with the enemy sets, and it's kind of longer than you would normally expect to play it in vanilla. And I think that I was a little bit on tilt after taking that death, so yeah, I think that was just a knee-jerk reaction just to skip over it. Plus, I wanted to make sure that I got used to all my clouds before the end of the seed. So yeah, I think it was kind of coincidental that I just happened to have a P-wing for 3-9, so I didn't have to worry about any age jump or something.
Yeah,
that's the level I skipped.
Yeah, so actually, like as we were saying that, Caddy was playing 4-6, and so that was some good synergy. Yeah. But yeah, any other thoughts on how you felt about the seed? How the tournament's going so far for you?
Yeah, I'm really happy with how the qualifier races have been going so far. I think we rolled some pretty good seeds, at least up until this one. I just want to give a shout out to Stu. He no longer has the privilege of dunking on my seeds.
Yeah, and I can't believe like I almost stole that by accident from him, because like I was just trying to like we were like kind of behind, we're waiting on this other race, and I was just like, okay, yeah, like someone's like, we should roll flags, like, okay, flags, and I was like, oh no, we agreed to that earlier, and yeah.
Well, here's the kicker. I don't know if capitalizations when you put in flags works or not, but when Stewie put flags, it was actually capitalized, so
right.
I don't know if it's his or yours that went through, but in any case,
yeah,
we'll have to see.
Yeah, somebody's went through. I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna test next time I roll a seed if capital flags works, and then we'll know.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh man. Another thing that hit a little bit was how in World 6 there was no force required. I saw that lock in front of that level in World 6, and I told myself, alright, well, I'll beat a fort, and as I just hope that that lock in front of me does not break. That means the one in front of the castle would break. Then it breaks, and then, okay, alright, I'm gonna just check in the pipe just for the heck of it, and just to see that there's probably a bridge to be made, and I'm look, oh, the other lock was on the other, I didn't have to do that fort. Well,
yeah, like, yeah, I saw that at the time. I was like, yeah, that fort was not required. Piper played it too. It was one of those where it's like, yeah, do I play this fort because it's here, or do I try to like gamble because like I'm historically unlucky. I'm probably gonna have to go back and play that fort. Maybe I just play the fort and it takes less time.
Yeah,
but
because 9 times out of 10, there's usually at least one fort that you definitely need to play to build a bridge or break a lock that's in the way of the castle, and this time it wasn't the case, but I think that was only because there was a certain amount of levels in the way. Maybe that's the threshold? I'm not exactly sure.
I mean, it's still randomized. It's gonna be, there are gonna be times where there is a jet World 6, but like, and this happened to be one of them, and
indeed,
yeah, so it goes.
Speaking of jet, oh my goodness, the Jet World 7, just one fort, you're done. Jet World 8, if you have a hammer, I think, yeah, with 2 levels, and that was it. I was hoping the anchor was a cloud to skip that other panel, which it was not.
Right.
In World 4, there was a branch. I can't remember what level it was in World 4 that was tile 3, I think, the one on the bottom. I know I took a death there, and that hurt quite a bit if I recall correctly. Then, oh yeah, I had a tail, took a death, from the tail to death, and then I went in the other level, and it's 6-5. I'm like, really, game? Really? You gonna do it now? Of course.
All right. So we're gonna see the routing on Caddy's side if you did not have that hammer. Looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the crazy thing, I think Caddy did get the hammer though. Caddy did. I saw Caddy play that bro and get the hammers. So.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like. You get deep into a seed and you're beaten and you're the last one keeping the lights on. You know, you maybe get a little bit sloppy about the items.
Mm-hmm.
Can't blame anybody for that.
Another notable thing that happened on the run was oh, there's the right fort. I think, you know how if there's at least either Fort Knox or 6F2 in play, I tend to have want to like equip a tail to do the tail stress in 6F2 or just make Fort Knox fast. Fort Knox was already done, but 6F2 wasn't. In the World 2 area, I was like, okay, I'll equip a tail. Please don't be Navy. Please don't be Navy. Please don't. It was Navy. Darn it.
Yeah, and
of course.
Also, something interesting that happened was like, Teeks managed to walk into 7F2 with a tail, and you came in big, and then gave it up thinking you might have a tail, and you didn't, Mitty, and that,
Indeed.
yeah.
It was like a reverse. Yeah, oh yeah, Fort Knox, that one hurt. Because, yeah, I thought I had a tail for Fort Knox in reserve.
And Caddy had the hammer and just buzzed it out for us.
Whoops. But, yeah, and so I took a death voluntarily in 7F1, and then I took a look. Wait, I don't have it, huh? Where did I know I got one. Right, I used it on this 4F2. Right. Whoops. Well, that one cost me quite a bit. That cost me a lot, and the death in World 4 and an extra fort played in World 6. I think those were the main culprits of time loss on my end. Other than that, it went pretty dang good. The second half was jet on my end. I'm pretty sure I did it all that in like 10 minutes, if I recall correctly, roughly. Yeah,
like
fast.
Yeah, a 33-10 is nothing to be ashamed of. On this seed, yeah, it's. I think we're kind of getting nudged toward the exit here, with them needing SpeedGaming. So, if you guys have any final thoughts.
Just thank you again for the commentary tonight, Magoo, and yeah, big thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting us. Looking forward to the rest of the qualifiers.
Same from my end there. Thanks for the commentary. Thanks for putting this on. And thanks for everyone for putting this on. I'm looking forward to seeing the restream. And I'm looking forward to the next one.
Alright, and yeah, so we're just going to watch Caddy kill Bowser here. It'll be one more hit. And then we can log ourselves off and watch what we have coming up next. I don't know what's coming up next. Oh, Zelda 1 Randomizer, All Boards, No Swords Tournament. I'm sorry, that's TBN3. I guess we will see. If you're on SpeedGaming 1, you will have a new race very soon. And I'm Magoo's Adorable, and I'm signing off for tonight. Or wherever, tonight, tomorrow, wherever you are. Everybody have a good night.
Yep, have a good night.
Take care, everybody.